Hi, everybody. My name is Sarah. Pearls of Wisdom and Food with Carnivore and Keto and just working it, sister. It's January. It is World Carnivore Month. Do you have your cuppa? I got mine. You can tell. Um, and look it's actually light outside. I did my 8-hour shift with my Uber, and I went to Logan Airport and then some places around here. And so I came back and had a little time, and I thought I would record the January 8th video. So, what do you think about that? So, I think a lot about my food plan, not in the obsessive way that I might have done when I was a clock watcher with Weight Watchers. Woo, that was pretty bad. It's like, okay, if I eat 5 minutes before 10, that's my second meal of the day. And is it going I would just forget about it. So I was thinking about what is important to me and what's important if you're doing something for the first time, either in a long time or the first time. And that would be like keto or carnivore. It's January, it's 2020. Let's get on it, sisters and brothers. We want to catch up. I hope you're not doing everything at the same time, quitting smoking, going back to the gym, doing keto, doing carnivore, all those things that we do all at the same time, and we expend enormous amounts of energy. Too bad it didn't burn calories like those step masters or something. That's too much, right? I always promote doing one thing until you got it down. Does it take a long time? Does it take a while? Is it annoying if you're chomping at the bit? Could be. So pick the toughest one or the easiest one and get used to it, and then tackle the next one. I know what it feels like to want to get everything done, get it going. It's January. I was such a naughty girl for so many months or weeks. It's just time for me to get going. And I get that. But you're in this for the long term, right? This is a lifestyle that you are choosing, right? So you want to go slow and steady. That will win the race. Hoagie Carmichael said it. And don't ask me how I know that one, but I did. And so just take your time. Let it unfold just the way that it's supposed to. Slow and steady. Now, the two things that really work for me, just me, are consistency and momentum. Nothing is as great as abstinence is for the whole day. You go to bed and you wake up the next day and you've got that day behind you where you've been abstinent. Oh, what a great applaud yourself, hug yourself moment, because you are on your way to building momentum. And momentum can be 792 days long, or it can be 3 days long, since you gave up everything a few days ago, like, after Sunday. And today is going to be your third day of momentum. You got rid of the first week of January stuff, all the food, it's gone. Now you're settling in. And if it took till the second week of January, that's what it took, right? So chill, it's okay. And now we're going to get it done. If you're doing the World Carnivore Month and having carnivore products for the rest of the month just to see, or to really plug in, or try it for a week, or whatever level you're at, consistency and momentum will help you. And for me, it's just two very, very, very important things. When people come back to my website after they've been to other websites where permission is given to do things, have naughty things, fit in naughty things, or maybe you just fell off the rails and you weren't even listening to a YouTube video. You gave yourself permission, and the rest is history, right? And so now you're back. You might have even had a weigh-in moment, and you've got that 7.1 pounds, and it's time to plug back in. The thing is, especially, there you go, when we get older, When we get older, it gets harder. And so the momentum and the consistency sometimes feel like it's a grind. Well, of course it would. You're doing it day after day, and you're jumping on the scale every 20 minutes after you pee or poo just to see the big results. Don't make yourself crazy. Put that freaking scale away. Who says so? I say so. Just trying to save you some stress. Because if you hop on it and it shows a loss, you're going to be excited and you might get a little lax or lazy or just messy for the next couple of days. Why? Because it showed a loss. So now you think you've got the consistency with the loss. Don't do that to yourself, really. I say plan to weigh yourself like the 1st of February, something like that. Really give yourself some time. I remember I was working with one client last fall, and I think they lost something like 17 pounds in that month that they were strict. They had me as an accountability coach, so they really had to have their words match their foods, match what went in their mouth. And it ended up paying off big time. Oh yeah, there was giving up sugar with that too. I also think this one client gave up gas stations. She loved gas stations. And so those were two pretty big things for her, sugar and gas stations. I'm not sure how she was with the artificial sweeteners at this moment that I'm thinking of her, but she must have been consistent and she must have had some great momentum, because that's a great weight loss. And yeah, it might have included a whoosh. Who knows and who cares? That's momentum. It still works. There's great motivation when you get on the scale and you've lost it. But really, if you could put the scale like in the trunk of your car, especially if you live in Wisconsin, it's a good idea. The scale is not indicative. As most of you know, I've put on a few pounds since I've gone carnivore. And it must be my body was looking for that nutrition. I was diagnosed with osteoporosis already, and so osteoarthritis as well. And so who knows, I might be nourishing my body in a way that it never has been, and I'm 69. So yeah, the scale is registering a gain. Now, have I put on, inches? Maybe, I'm not sure. I went up a size in my jeans, but, their build is super skinny at Old Navy. So I might have gone up a size anyway. And so anyway, it doesn't matter. It's how you feel. The weight becomes secondary. So getting that consistency and then that momentum just going for you. All you want to do is lay your head on the pillow at night and thank whoever it is that's bigger than you for a day of abstinence. There's nothing else like it. And when you wake up tomorrow morning and you've got that behind you, you're going to be motivated to stay the course, be consistent, have some momentum, and please, please, please don't hop on the scale. Give yourself a break. Really, get that number out of your head. We women have tortured ourselves for decades with this all-important number, and you know what it does to us. I don't have to tell you. I just picture lying in the casket, but I want to be cremated, so I wouldn't be lying in the casket. But it's like, do you actually think they're going to put in magic marker what you died weighing? Do an autopsy, take a few of my organs out. That's my last final way to lose weight. Let's not be morbid and let's not be crazy about this, okay? If you are following a keto food plan and you are 10 to 20 carbs under total, then you're doing a good job with your keto plan. If you're not having things you're not supposed to have, you're doing what you're supposed to do. Trust the process. Trust that it will take care of itself. Trust that you're healing from the inside out and everything is going to turn out just the way that it is. If you're not a spring chicken like me, well then, don't have those high expectations that somebody that's 22 and bounces and doesn't have the deranged metabolism from years of, jumping from this program to that program to this program, more carbs, less carbs, the fruitarian diet, all this crazy stuff that we've done to ourselves. Give yourself a break. If you're carnivore, well, there's the other thing, are you having just your animal products, perhaps some eggs, perhaps some dairy if you're not affected by it, and you're doing what you're supposed to do? You're having good salt when you want it, if you need it. You're having, you're not having artificial sweeteners or maybe diet sodas just to confound the situation. You're having just good meats, okay, and animal products, the cheese, the dairy, if you can, and the eggs. And you're leaving it be. Maybe you drink coffee, maybe you don't. But, you're staying away from things that were developed in a chemist's lab, right? Those artificial things. They aren't good for you. They could stall weight loss if you're still looking for that. But, you don't need those things. And that's what we try to get away from are the inedible items that we put in our mouths, right? So we want to stay consistent. We want to build momentum, because nothing does more for it, at least for me, my self-esteem, is when I can go day to day to day of doing the right thing again and again and trusting that it will all work out. Will I ever be a super skinny size like I was maybe at the height of my keto? Probably not. Well, that was 5 years ago. I'm 5 years older. I don't know. I'm adopted. I don't know what my body has in store. I don't have any brothers or sisters. So I can't look here or there or to my mother and say, uh-oh, I've got that big family butt coming. What am I going to do? I don't have that. So it's all kind of a mystery to me. I'm kind of beholden to my labs. But the more that I hear about labs, when people talk about going carnivore, and they have their labs done, it's like, why am I having my labs done? I'm not going to change anything about the way that I eat. The labs are just going to, give the doctor something to punish me by if they're mainstream doctor. And I loved what somebody said. It could have been Judy at Nutrition with Judy. Don't bring your non-mainstream diet to a mainstream doctor. They're not going to understand. They're not going to get it. They're going to push whatever they push on you, be it a statin or any other chronic disease sort of thing that they think you need to regulate your body. And you're sitting there saying, no, 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 I don't need those things. And they're saying, well, I might not be able to, and they put it on your medical record. And it's like, what, the hospital's not going to treat you if something happens? But how many times do we hear about something happening? My cholesterol is, I'm what Dave Feldman would call a hyper responder. Am I changing things to make it easier, better? No. And I know a lot of people that do that thing right before the lab work. So when they take their labs, their cholesterol comes out less and things like that. I'm not doing that. I'm just doing what I'm doing with my foods. I feel great. I have incredible energy. I begin my day at 2:30 in the morning, or else I'm doing an overnight. So then I'm beginning it at 11 o'clock at night. And I just keep going. I've got the energy of, I don't know, maybe when I was 30 years old with 2 little kids. I don't know. But I've got lots of energy. I love what I eat. It's 1 meal a day. I don't put pressure on myself. I enjoy my food. I feel I'm nourishing myself. And I do it with consistency and momentum. I'm not looking to cut corners, cheat, treat. I'm not looking for any of those sort of things. I'm all into my carnivore. And I trust, thank you, Kelly Hogan, for gaining the weight when you did, because you're able to tell your story and make me feel that it's okay that I've put on a couple of pounds, even if my clothes still fit the same. I'm very happy with things the way they are. I'm satiated, I'm content, I have momentum, I have consistency. And that's what I wish for all of you, pickles and turtles and snowflakes and no matter what club members and Goldilocks and keto under 20 total, never net, and carnivore people. We're all in this together at certain places in our journey, but if you have consistency and momentum, You are a success story. That's what matters. So thank you so much for watching. I'm going to go slurp this without the audience. I'm going to be polite. That's me if I'm doing it in front of you. So I'm going to go sip and watch the latest Carnomad video for World Carnivore Month and just enjoy the day. Thank you so much for watching. You're a winner for me to look at. Thank you so much. I want nothing but the best for all of you. See you later. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye for now.